Hello, hello, it's Carrie with Lemia Fox Jewelry and Art, back with another tutorial in the Trash to Treasure series. A few months back, I showed a custom journal that I had made, and people were interested in seeing a tutorial on the process on how I made it. Here are a few pictures of the journal in question. Now, obviously, this has a travel theme and a map for the front cover. I'm having a hard time finding the fabric that I used on that cover because it is no longer available. They're no longer selling it. In keeping with our theme, I'm going to use a little bit of scrap fabric. Instead of using that one, I am going to be using this one. It's kind of exactly like really close. Exactly. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start by, I'm not going to put it on like this. I'm going to go ahead and cut right here. I'm going to make a cut right here. And I'm going to just rip it. Okay. I'm going to rip that, and see, that's going to be plenty of space there. And then I'm going to rip another one just the same amount. So now I've got just this little strip left, and I'll use that. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. And then I will show you the process of aging, because this is all kind of bright. You can see the brightness of this. So I'll show you my process on aging the canvas here, as it were. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to start by popping some fabric tack on. And I want to get a nice layer, but I also want to make sure that I have enough to spread all over the book. And I usually use my fingers to kind of just make sure that there's no galoppies, because what can happen with fabric tack is you can, if it's too concentrated, it will seep through the fabric. Another thing is that if you do have some galoppies that come through, then it will affect the final kind of product, because there will be areas where the finish doesn't adhere. So I'm just going to use my finger like so. So you got to kind of go fast, because this does start to really dry. Go ahead and pop this down, placing it right where I want it. And I'm going to kind of stretch it a little bit. There is that. Just right where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the back cover. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process. I'm really just, you don't want to watch me putting glue on, but if you want to watch me putting glue on, here it goes. I can get a little bit crazy with the glue sometimes, but I really do want my covers to stick down, and I like to make sure to smooth it out, of course, to make sure that I don't have any problems with any glue seeping through to the cover on the fabric. This is really how I do a lot of my fabric covers. Well, this is how I do most of my fabric covers. Maybe one day I'll get some PVA glue. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and glue these flaps down. So I'm going to do a little bit of a cut, not all the way over. I like to leave just a little bit because I've done this enough that I find that I sometimes when I just don't give a generous helping, then I feel like anyway, just have a little generous little piece there. It's probably only about between an eighth and a quarter. It's not quite an eighth. It's a little bit more than an eighth, but okay. So now I kind of want to cut this down just a touch. So that there. Alrighty. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue these guys down and make a nice little corner on the inside. And I'm going to start at the top. Again, I'm going to do the same thing where I'm doing a generous little dollop, but I make sure to smooth it out. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that over. Nice and easy. And fold this one over. Here's the trick to making it work. Okay, so the important thing is that when you do this, okay, now, before you tuck it in, before you put it down, you're going to want to take your finger and just tuck it down on either side. Tuck it down on either side, right there like that, kind of like that, before pulling it over. I hope that makes sense and you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm stretching it as much as I possibly can. Okay. And that gives you a nice corner, a super nice corner. Little, see? Super nice little square corner. So that is what the front is looking like. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do these sides and then this. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process because it's really just the same as what you saw on the other side. I hope that you enjoy watching this. Yeah, again, I'm really just going to bring down, I do the top and the bottom because then it works best for when you're doing the side to make a really nice finish. And it really does make a big difference leaving a little bit of a gap for that piece, leaving a little bit of a a piece there for you to be able to kind of tuck in. I've done it where I've been really close and it just doesn't, it's kind of hard to tuck in that little piece if you just don't have enough to tuck in. I mean, it's possible. It just doesn't give you as nice of a finish as as I mean, maybe I'm particular. I don't know. There's some I'm not particular on a lot of things, but I kind of like having a lot of give for being able to put that piece down. So if that makes sense. Alrighty. So, are we ready to see the final results? And the final results are in. Ba-ba. So this is our cover. That's the fabric on our cover. Okay, so now that we've covered this in fabric, it's time for us to work with a little piece of muslin so that we can do a faux leather spine on the book. I hope you'll join me in the next video where I do just that and show you the magic of making a little bit of some faux leather.